Guys, what is going on? Welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for January the 15th, 2018, as we are less than 2 weeks now until the Royal Rumble pay-per-view event. Things are certainly picking up here in WWE. I have to say, despite parts of that third hour, for the most part, I did enjoy this episode of Raw. Like I said, overall, there was a lot that I did like from this episode. But when it came to the third hour, yeah, it did drag a bit at times, but it picked up nicely heading into the main event. I thought the main event was good, and without further ado, let's get into this Monday Night Raw review. Let's waste no time. So we kick things off. We have Braun Strowman. He comes down to the ring, and they show what happened last week with, Strowman, taking down that backstage rigging on Kane and Lesnar, who were not on this show tonight. This eventually led to Kurt Angle coming down to the ring and said, "You're out of the Universal Championship match. Oh, no, yeah, you're also fired." I was like, what? Did Kurt Angle just seriously fire Braun Strowman? Oh, it's true. It's damn true. And this led for a wonderful narrative to flow throughout the rest of the hour of the show. God, if the show was 2 hours, it might have even, imagine how much better it could have been. But be that as it may, seeing Strowman go backstage, manhandle security guys, destroy Kurt Angle's office, flip over a truck, take Michael Cole and throw him onto a pile of security. We need to see Braun Strowman as Universal Champion. I cannot say it enough. Get that title off Brock. Strowman, yeah, and some would say, well, then Roman would beat him for it. But, I think it would be a fitting end to their feud. I know we've seen the match a million times, but I was thinking in my mind, you put the title on Strowman, he could at least hold it, 2 months? About 2 months? Maybe they go with him. You run with him, see how much momentum you can get. But I think it would be a mistake to not at least have Strowman win that Universal or WWE Championship, whatever brand he's on. That's one of my predictions for 2018. Strowman needs to be a WWE or Universal Champion in 2018. I hope it happens. I think it will. The question is, at the Royal Rumble, will it? That's another question for another time. But what they did with Strowman here tonight on Raw, it was great to watch. It was fun to watch him just wreak havoc and destroy a bunch of shit. And eventually it did lead to Kurt Angle rehiring him. Stephanie made that call. And he was eventually escorted out of the building after literally taking Michael Cole, dragging him. His foot was caught on his headset. I'm like, oh my god. And he threw him into a pile of security guards. It was great. It was really great stuff to watch. Not too bad of a tag team match, I'd have to say, between Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. Titus Worldwide. I actually like them as a team. I was hoping for a while that they would add them to the tag team division. Why not? You have them. They're together. I think they can make a potentially interesting heel team if you want to go the heel route. But they actually picked up a win here over Sheamus and Cesaro for the second week in a row. I thought for sure we're going to do 50-50 booking, and this is going to be completely pointless. So maybe they're getting on a momentum, get some momentum behind them. They got 2 wins in a row over the former tag team champions, The Bar. And of course, Rollins and Jordan cost The Bar the match after they appeared on the stage, and that led to the distraction. Of course, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match on at the Royal Rumble. So maybe this becomes a triple threat. I wouldn't mind seeing that. You add Titus Worldwide. They do have wins over the number one contenders, so we'll see where this goes. But I wouldn't be shocked to see that match be turned into a triple threat. So I like the fact that they're building them up as a team. I like Apollo Crews. Always liked him. I just feel he's missing the character to really get him there. I think maybe if you turn him heel, allow him to show a little bit more of his personality. Titus, great guy, just never really utilized that well. He's had his moments, but for the most part, yeah, what can I say? Cedric Alexander defeated Tony Nese. Not really too much to say here. Yeah. Got the lumbar check. Gets me excited for their Cruiserweight Championship match at the Royal Rumble. I did like their match last week on Raw. I will say that, but it's the Cruiserweights. To me, this just felt like, crowd didn't really seem to care. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. Like I said, we had Kurt Angle rehiring Braun Strowman, so the triple threat match is back on. We had Asuka versus Nia Jax. Good match, I'd have to say. Not as good as the match that these two, I'd have to say, had at NXT TakeOver London. No, it was TakeOver the End, sorry. TakeOver the End, but it was still a good match. Nia Jax actually looked really powerful and dominant here against, obviously the smaller opponent here in Asuka. And I love the way that Asuka was able to lock in her, the Asuka lock at every chance that she tried to get. Trying to chop down that big tree in Nia Jax with those kicks and the, shots to the head. Asuka was eventually able to get Jax down, and of course, as they were on the outside of the ring, Jax's leg got caught between the steel steps and the ring post. After Asuka knocked her off her feet, Asuka's able to win. But Asuka got the win here, I'd have to say, but a count-out win. But Jax wasn't able to make it back into the ring, playing up an injury angle here. At first, I thought she was legitimately hurt, which would be a bad thing because we don't need any more injuries. We already have Dean Ambrose, Jeff Hardy, Big Cass, Samoa Joe. Hope he'll be all right. But I thought Jax looked good here, and Asuka, of course, still remains undefeated. So I was wondering how they were going to get out of this situation. Alexa Bliss comes down to the ring, assists her back to the locker room, and then her and Enzo have a little bit of dialogue amongst each other, Enzo and Nia. But it was a good match, I have to say. It was a good match. The Revival defeat two local jobbers. Shatter Machine for the win. I hope to see the Revival build back up, and I thought they cut a pretty damn good promo after this match. They pretty much described themselves as putting on a tag team wrestling clinic, and they had choice words for the legends scheduled to appear on Raw 25. They took aim at Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the New Age Outlaws. They called themselves professional wrestlers and not sports entertainers. They said that beer baths and crotch chops have turned the WWE into a mockery, and the Revival promised to change from their old school mentality and presentation, that this is now their universe. It was a good promo. I just hope we don't see the Revival turn into the Ascension 2.0. That would be very, very disappointing because, unlike the Ascension, the Revival are hell of a tag team. One of the best in the world. And it's a shame that injuries keep happening to them. But sometimes that's life, But get knocked down, you got to get back up. So hopefully, they don't do something too stupid like how they just completely gave up on the Ascension. Don't give up on the Ascension. Build the Revival back up. Get them in that tag team championship picture by WrestleMania. I think them winning the titles there, you could build them back up to that point. Because as of now, they've been hurt. They come back. Now let's hope they stay healthy, and let's see how far you can go. We had Roman Reigns defeat the Miz in a 1-on-2 handicap match. We had Elias, who played the Miz to the ring, and the Miz cut a pretty good promo here, talking about his upcoming Intercontinental Championship match against Roman Reigns on Raw 25. And I kind of like Elias playing Miz to the ring. I like when he does his own thing, but Elias and the Miz with the Miz-Taraj, kind of works for me. This match, though, Reigns got the win with a spear. Miz trying to cause some interference in this match. Eventually led Reigns. Like I said, getting the spear here, and Miz was furious, and this was alright. Thought they could have done a better way to get me excited for this Intercontinental Championship match next week on Raw 25, which of course I will be doing a live review, and a live reactions for the entire episode. It's going to be a first on this channel. I have not done live reactions for a full episode of Raw, but I figured what better way, what better time than the 25th anniversary of Raw, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I said, it was an alright match. Like I said, I thought there could have been a better way to build up tension, animosity. I'm still looking forward to Miz versus Reigns, but to me, this didn't really do it for me. We had Sonya Deville defeat Sasha Banks in relatively quick fashion, and Paige was there. And as we all know, there were rumors of Paige being retired, but there was no retirement announcement. They just announced that Paige would not be competing in the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, okay. And that's why I was hesitant to make a video saying, Paige, she's retired. I still don't think we know what's going on. I still think she wants to come back. We don't know all the details. Of course, we're looking at this from an outside perspective. Nobody knows truly except for Paige, the doctors, and WWE. So, hopefully the situation can resolve itself in the best way possible that is healthy for Paige's future, her health, and her overall well-being. So, like I said, Sonya Deville got the win here. It was a quick match. I was like, wow, okay. Like I said, I haven't been really too impressed with Sonya Deville. Mandy Rose more so impresses me of the two. And now we have Shayna Baszler coming up, so we'll see. But I've never really been that impressed. Maybe she can get better, but as of now, not that impressed with Sonya Deville. After this match, we had, yes, the Woken Matt Hardy, yes, he defeated Heath Slater. He was deleted. Yes, Heath Slater, Rhino, delete. It was delightful, yes. Nothing really too much to say here, except for he hit the wonderful, the delightful twist of fate, yes, and Heath Slater would fade away and classify himself as obsolete. Obsolete, yes. We're going to delete this and talk about, yes, the next segment, the main event. Main event was good. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, good match. What else would you expect from Seth Rollins, Finn Balor? But what was interesting here was, to me, it looked like the ref hit the 3 count earlier in the match. I swear he did. And eventually, to me, it looked like 3 count. I would have to go back and watch it. Like I said, match picked up nicely towards the end with these two trading, moves and near falls and sling blades and what have you. Frog splash, Rollins hit off the top rope. That's when Sheamus and Cesaro came back down. Jordan was at ringside. They had revenge in mind. Of course, what happened earlier in the night. Finn Balor attempted to, finish off Seth Rollins, I should say. Jordan slyly tripped Finn Balor as a way to get retribution over what happened the previous week against the Balor Club. And Rollins hit the curb stomp. You heard me right. Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp. It's been, over 3 years since we've seen that move, and he hit it hard on Balor. Looked like he got a little fucked up there. But I was like, what? We have not seen that move in God knows how long. I guess we're going to see it. I love the curb stomp. To me, it was Seth Rollins, easily his best finisher. And Rollins got the win, and Balor staggered up to his feet, and they just kind of focused on the Balor Club. I'm not sure what that means. I thought maybe Anderson and Gallows would turn on Finn. I don't know why. The way they were holding the camera on them, it was like, what? It was a good match, good way to go off the air, but it kind of left me puzzled there. And I have to mention also on Braun Strowman's path of destruction when he went into the production truck. Was anybody else thinking, please beat up Kevin Dunn, please beat up Kevin Dunn? Yeah, he'll sue you, Strowman. He'll sue you in court. But if you need a lawyer, I'm right here. I'm going to law school. I will fight you tooth and nail, Bucky, Beaver teeth, Kevin Dunn. And when they beat him up, nobody would be in, the camera guy's ears to say, shake the camera, shake the camera, shake the camera. So seeing Strowman actually go into the production truck, that's something we don't see that often. I like seeing when they go backstage, when they brawl, across the street or into bars or the hardcore stuff they used to do back in the day in the 2000s. That was great. More variety on the show. Like I said, I love seeing wrestling in a ring, but you have 3 hours. You might as well make the most of it. And overall, like I said, this show had its ups and downs, but for the most part, I enjoyed this episode of Raw. When it comes to my grade, I'm going to give this show a B. A solid B. Like I said, it dipped a little bit in that 3rd hour. Like I said, if this was a 2-hour show, it might have even been up there with an A. But it is as it is. For the most part, I was entertained throughout the 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. So guys, that does it here for my Raw review for January the 15th, 2018. Like I said, coming up on this channel, I will be doing live reactions for the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Stay tuned for that. Got to get that all set up. I will be doing a live review for the 25th anniversary of Raw at 11:15. We'll, of course, be doing a live NXT TakeOver review on Saturday, January 27th. And, of course, live Royal Rumble reactions to... I'm going to attempt to go live during the match, during the 30-man, the guys' Royal Rumble match. And, of course, live Royal Rumble review after the pay-per-view. So that about does it for what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Going to be an exciting time as the road to WrestleMania heats up. So please remember to click that like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuysup412 for all my latest thoughts. Be sure to check out my Twitter at DanielGuysup412 for all my latest tweets. And until then, guys, that does it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you guys later. Have a great day.